back to Adventures with Bam. I'm Brent Billings.
And I'm Maggie Billings.
And this episode has us celebrating Easter and Torin's birthday.
Torin's birthday. What a full weekend.
Yeah, we did an unbelievable amount of stuff, really, looking
Truly.
back on it. We're very tired right now.
Perhaps too many things. All worth it. One of the specific things Torin wanted to do for his birthday was to stay in a hotel. And we were like, you know what? We got Darius a whole dog for his birthday. So surely we can.
A dog that has grown substantially. So
yeah, and a minivan kind of came with that. So Darius's birthday was quite expensive. It only seems fair that we allow Torin to live his dream of staying in a hotel. So we were like, well, if we're going to do that, that weekend is also Easter and we want to board Maple. Why don't we just do all of that in Coeur d'Alene and we can see family and stuff too, do his birthday party up there.
And of course, my sister and her husband work at a church. So Easter weekend is kind of a busy time for them. They had egg hunts on Saturday and of course the Easter services on Sunday. So the best time to visit with them was early Saturday morning. So we were over there for that. And then we had to pick up a few supplies and such for balloons and other various things for the party, which was Saturday afternoon at a park.
And that could not have possibly turned out better. We trying to do birthday parties for the kids when we are not at home is so tricky because it's like, okay, my parents can't host every event all the time. So
I mean, they could, but it would just be.
It's a lot. Yeah. We've got 5 grandkids and there's all these holidays. So we were like, well, why don't we just, find somewhere neutral to have the party? Well, all of the venues are super expensive. I'm like, I'm not paying $200 to $300 for a kid's birthday party, especially because that money just gives you like the space and some tables, but you got to bring your own food and your cake. And then if there's entertainment, you got to pay for all the kids doing that. I was like, I just want to go to a park. And we thought the weather would be nice, but this time of year, you really never know. And then it's like, well, do we pay $100 to reserve a picnic shelter? No, because if the weather turns, it's non-refundable. And I just don't want to do that. So we kind of just like hoped it would work out, and it really did. Perfect weather on Saturday. Pulled up to the park that we had chosen. No one is using the shelter. God truly smiled upon Torin's birthday.
He had a great time opening all his stuff. Oh, the other thing that I forgot about. When we got into town Friday night, we went out to dinner at Red Robin.
Oh, yeah.
And we asked Torin if he wanted them to sing happy birthday to him. And he's like, eh. And then
he was like, no, I just want peace and quiet. And I was like, I love that for you. Like, absolutely, you can have that.
But then the server came and asked about it. And he's like, actually, I think I do want that. So they did.
Because perhaps I've changed my mind.
Yeah. And he was absolutely delighted by it. The smile on his face, the surprise. I don't think he'd ever seen anybody do that before.
No.
Or at least not that he remembered anyway.
No. So cute.
Yeah, it was super fun. So his birthday party was also, we sang to him there as well. And he was also delighted by that, but maybe not as surprised.
Yeah, he's heard the birthday song, the regular birthday song, but not the Red Robin birthday song.
True. Yeah.
Sung to him by a bunch of strangers. Although there were some strangers at his birthday party at the park, too. We attracted some straggler children.
Yeah, a couple of them we had to run off because they were
punching balloons.
They're punching balloons and just like, getting into stuff before the party had even started. But then later, some other kids like nicely asked for some cake. And so we did distribute some things.
Yeah, it seemed like they had empty fridges at home kind of a thing.
Which cake is not really the best solution to that, but
what are you going to do?
That's what we had.
One kid showed up as soon. I mean, I hadn't even set stuff down yet. And this kid's like, is it someone's birthday? And I was like, yeah, it's, what's his name? How old is he? Like asking all the questions. Does he go to such and such school? No, we live in Moscow. Is that in California? No, it's an hour and a half south of here. Oh, well. And then Darius shows up. He's like, he looks a little tall to be 5. I was like, that's not the birthday boy. That's his older brother. He's 7. Oh, okay. So like just all the questions. And then we had some bubbles and like party blowers. Can I have one of these? I was like, well, these are for the kids at our birthday party and for the cousins. But maybe if we have some extra when all of our guests get here, maybe you can have one. He kept coming around. Eventually, he like fell. Apparently, one of his brothers kicked him off the slide. And he fell and got like a wood chip in his hand. So he came over and he had a big gash in his his palm. And this is Darius's moment to shine because Darius loves administering first aid. So I was like, all right, buddy, this is your moment. Go get your first aid kit out of the car.
He sprang to action.
Truly did. So he came back and I kind of sat with him and like walked him through like, okay, every time if you're dealing with somebody else's blood, you always need to wear gloves. Like, here's your gloves. Here's what you do next. Now you're going to clean the wound. Now you're going to throw the wipe away. So this sweet little kid got bandaged up by Darius and then came back and said, thank you. His grown-ups were not paying attention. I don't know what happened there, but yeah, I think somebody was slacking with that kid, but worked out. It's probably Darius's highlight of the day.
Yeah, that's true. Well, then you and Darius did end up going swimming later.
Oh, yeah, we did. We went back to the hotel. So we did Friday night, Saturday night in the hotel. After the party, we went back to my parents' house and had dinner and let the cousins just play some more. And then back to the hotel because Darius wanted to swim. And he is doing such a good job getting used to swimming and just practicing every opportunity. And he did a great job. He was very brave and swam back and forth. And he just gets better and better every time he gets in the water.
So then Sunday morning we woke up and we were too late waking up to go to the sunrise service at one church that we were looking at. So I was like, well, let's go to this other church. So we went to what I thought was Anthem, but apparently they've renamed themselves to Garden like 6 months ago, apparently. But as we're walking in, I see some people that I work with in weddings at Settlers Creek. And I was like, oh, hey, what's going on? So we saw them and then we walk in and our dear friends, Bradley and Aaliyah, and Aaliyah's parents, Michael and Rosemary, were all there. We're like, whoa, what are you guys doing here? Like, just all of these people that
who we know from Moscow.
Yeah, who I didn't expect to see.
Moved away a while ago, yeah.
Yeah. And I was like, wow, this is crazy. And then our dear listener, Renee, Maggie got to meet Renee. So sort of mission accomplished, although it was a very, very brief interaction, unfortunately.
Technically, we've checked the box, but it's not enough.
Yeah. So, yeah, who did we see anybody else there that I'm?
Yeah, I mean, we saw Kirk.
Well, yeah. Kirk's the one who I expected to see there.
Right.
He's the only one I expected to see there.
Yeah, I think that was it for people we actually said hi to.
But it was really great. I really enjoyed the sermon. Lots of fun, contextual, scriptural detail goodies, like all sorts of fun stuff. And then they had 4 baptisms at the service that we were at, and apparently 10 more baptisms at the next service.
Crazy.
Absolutely wild. Loved that. Darius had a great time in the classroom. Torin decided to sit with us in the service.
He did not have a great time.
He was bored out of
his
his
mind.
mind.
Made sure I knew every 5 minutes that he was bored. I was like, well, that's how it goes.
He would have had such a great time in his classroom. I
know.
think.
Alas.
It's too bad.
Can't win them all.
And then we went to your parents' house for brunch.
Brunch and an egg hunt.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Egg hunt. Right.
So many eggs. Too many eggs. A bunch of plastic. Most of them were little plastic eggs, which is easier and cheaper, but also it works out in our favor because Torin's allergic to eggs. But there were a few real eggs mixed in, so I had to give them a little tutorial before they started about here's how you tell the difference and don't take the ones that are real. I
don't think I've ever been around or participated in an egg hunt that had real eggs.
Really?
Never.
Huh. We, as kids, we always did real eggs.
I mean, we had real eggs that we painted.
Sure, yeah.
But never real eggs for a hunt.
Oh, interesting. Yeah, it was all one and the same for us.
Okay.
We always dyed like a dozen of them, and then, I mean, it's probably more than a dozen.
You hunted for those?
Yeah.
But then they don't have candy in them, so what's the point?
I mean, we got candy in our baskets. We always got like a chocolate bunny.
I got an Easter basket too. And then still more candy in the eggs.
Well,
like who wants to go find a bunch of eggs that don't have candy in them?
I don't know. Healthy children.
Yeah, well.
Kids who don't have as many cavities. I don't know.
Yeah, sure.
I think more candy is not the better choice.
I mean,
It's probably the more enjoyable choice, but anyway, it was like 150 eggs or something spread out across like 5 children.
that's pretty good.
So
Pretty
many
good.
eggs. But yeah, brunch was amazing. The cousins like are so great. They do incredible together. So it's always fun watching them hanging out and run around. And then what did we do after that? The other cousins left and we had a slumber party at my parents' house. Tried to take the boys to Idaho Puppy Co. in Coeur d'Alene.
Right.
And unfortunately, I was not surprised. It's fine to be closed on Easter Sunday. They're
True.
normally
Yes.
open on Sundays.
Right.
Closed for Easter Sunday. But also communicate that you're going to be closed. Don't just put a sign on your door, because people who plan on visiting your business aren't just going to drive by. They're going to check online or they're going to call the store. So hot tip for business owners. If you're going to be closed on a day that you're not normally closed, put it on your website. You can put it on your Google listing even if you really feel like going the extra mile.
Yeah.
Put it on your phone message.
Right.
Just for that. Like, hey, by the way, I know we're normally open on Sundays, but this Sunday's a special one. We're going to be closed Easter Sunday. We'll reopen. So anyway, we drove by. It looked closed, but we saw someone go in. So then I went in and the people going in were just, the employees. They was checking on the puppies.
It's a good thing to do.
Yeah, I respect it.
I will say, having looked at a bunch of church websites in the last few days, because we're going to a church that is not our own, and so I needed to check Easter service times, which is actually something you got to do for your own church, because usually those are different too. But anyway, having looked at several different websites, it's like, man, they're really not making it easy to figure out what the Easter service times are.
No, there needs to just be a big banner. You need to be able to add a big banner to the homepage of your website that just says, here's when our Easter services are going to be.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know why nobody hires us to consult for them, but
I mean, a couple of churches have hired me, so
well, yeah, I guess. Well, more need to do that. A couple of churches. Oh, yeah.
Anyway, it was a good time.
It was great.
Good weekend.
Yep.